Bueno, le comento que esta mañana platiqué con Matthew Bay, él es analista energético de Stratfor en Austin, Texas, y él nos habló sobre las perspectivas del sector energético en México y en Estados Unidos. El analista aseguró que aunque la reforma energética va por buen camino, la velocidad para su implementación y para realizar las licitaciones ha disminuido debido a los bajos precios del crudo, ya que para el día de hoy se deberían de haber realizado 5 rondas y solamente se han llevado a cabo 3. Escuchemos lo que nos dijo.
So it's been a very slow pace because of that, but I think at the end of the day, we have to realize that Mexico's energy reform is not necessarily geared at solving Mexico's energy problems or increasing production in the next 5 years. They're playing a very long game, and a lot of the successes that are going to be happening are going to be on the 15 to 20 year time frame when some of these.
El analista afirmó que dentro de esta reestructuración en la que va a recibir un apoyo del gobierno, como ya lo mencionaba mi compañera Dainzú Patiño, lo más importante es ver si en el largo plazo Pemex puede convertirse en una empresa competitiva a nivel internacional para competir con empresas como Statoil, Shell y ExxonMobil.
We're going to have to see Pemex make a lot longer term transformations in terms of being able to reform the way that it does just R&D, the way that it does management, the way that it does all of these things, so that it actually behaves much more like a foreign international company as opposed to a state-owned company. And we've seen other state-owned companies that are trying to do a very similar progression to kind of struggle in that. So a good example of that would be Petrobras, where a lot of the political linkages are now slowing down some of Petrobras's successes.
Matthew Bay también nos habló de los efectos de los bajos precios del crudo y de la reforma en la relación en Estados Unidos sobre la industria. Relación México-Estados Unidos sobre esta industria.
Is the downstream reform, which we've just now seen the removal of Pemex's monopoly on importing gas and selling gasoline. So I think once we start to see the more liberalization of the actual pricing mechanisms, that there will be a much more competitive market for gasoline between Mexico and the U.S. And ultimately for Mexico, that means that some of the lower prices that are now in the United States can come to Mexican users.
Y continuamos.